Hello, everyone. Welcome to the local show. Yay! A lively bunch tonight. I appreciate it. My name is Brandon Hayes. I work with the Rabbit Room, coordinating this event, the local show, which you are a part of now. And I have the pleasure of introducing these wonderful artists to you. This fall, we're getting some new faces at the local show. If you're not aware, this is the Rabbit Room. This is the local show. This is a once-a-month writers' round that we do here in this beautiful space, Northwind Manor. We'll have more people to talk about exactly what the Rabbit Room is and what Northwind Manor is later. But for now, I just want to introduce these folks and get out of the way so y'all can hear some music. So starting off all the way to your left, my right, a familiar face to a lot of us here at the Rabbit Room, Mr. Phillip Vo. Making her local show debut, Miss Addison Agen. Awesome. Next to her, another familiar face to a lot of us here at the Rabbit Room, Mr. Joseph Bradshaw. And also making his local show debut, Mr. Nick Schrader in the red hat. So, yeah, y'all give it up. Local show.
So you think that you're an accident, you never should have happened, that everything exploded, and that's why we're here today. Well, I'm no scientist, but one thing I do know is that when I look at you, I see more than a waste of space. There's a heart that's deep inside that chest. I don't mean the organ, I mean the metaphoric term. That magic word, that special something that's different. You are made in the image, made in the image, made in the image of God. You are made in the image, even if you don't believe it. You're made in the image of God. Someone told you that you're not worth time, that you're not worth energy, and out of all this everything, they wish that you weren't here. Well, I'm no therapist, but one thing I do know is that when I look at you, I see more than your deepest fears. There's a soul that's deep inside of you, and I'm not talking music, I'm not talking about the blues. There's a piece of your existence that I know you can't explain, but I can, and he has a name. You are made in the image, made in the image, made in the image of God. You are made in the image, even if you don't believe it. You're made in the image of I So you think that you're an accident, you never should have happened, and some days you wish that you could throw it all away. Well, I've been there too, and I just want to tell you that even if your world says leave, I think that you should stay. 'Cause you are made in the image. You're made in the image. Made in the image of God. You are made in the image, even when you don't believe it. You're made in the image of God. You are made in the image of God.
Hey everyone, this is so fun. I'm so glad I'm here. My name is Addison, and yeah, it's my first time here, and this is great so far. Phillip, you're really hard to follow. This sucks. Sun in her hair, the distant sound of the radio, can't name the song, but it's there. Light in her eyes, reflecting off of the golden water, I can see it so clear. And I'm grieving for her. Oh, I'm crying for the younger version of myself today. No, she doesn't know what's coming her way, and she ends up alright. Yeah, she ends up okay, but I'm crying for the younger version of myself today. Now I know the parts that are gonna hurt, and I wanna tell her she should run to the other side. But the funny thing about living is no matter how hard you try, you can't go back in time. So I'm crying for the younger version of myself today. No, she doesn't know what's coming her way, and she ends up alright. Yeah, she ends up okay, but I'm crying for the younger version of myself today. No, I don't need to do it over. I'm not saying I want to go back. I'm just taking the time to tell her I know how hard it can get. Yeah, I know how hard it's gonna get. So I'm crying for the younger version of myself today. No, she doesn't know what's coming her Thank you.
It's been a minute since I've played in front of people, so we'll see what happens. Stuck behind the door of a roll-top box, didn't call out for my dad, I called out for the cops. Hoped they'd bring a dog to let me out from inside the box where I was shut up. Was this a sin? Oh, I'll never know what I'll never know. Oh, is it the winter if it never snows? He jumped out of a tree, he jumped on my back. He was wearing rollerblades, I had my backpack. I hit him in his nose, think I hit him hard. He didn't really bleed, but I punched my card. I was throwing rocks at the high school band. A cop came up, he grabbed my hand. Said, what kind of fool doesn't hide his tracks? It doesn't take a dog, gonna call your dad. We could keep it cool, put your rocks away. Just keep it to yourself and I'll let you stay. Oh, they'll never know what they'll never know. Oh, is it the winter if it never snows? I thought he told my sister, I thought he told my mom, but the memory didn't keep him. The cop walked on. I thought about the rocks and the rollerblades. They're just figments of my memory there to keep me saved. Oh, they'll never know what I never know. Oh, is it the winter if it never snows? I'll never know what I'll never know. Oh, is it the winter if it never snows?
Good evening. My name is Nick. I'm so grateful to get to play for you guys tonight. This is a song about Jesus and his unconditional love for me that I still bargain for, so I'm sure no one can relate to that. This is called Good News. I met Christ on a desert road and said, what are you doing here? Said, I'm on my way to Jerusalem. I'm just stopping to say my prayers. I asked the Son of God what he was doing in town. He said, I'm dying for all your sins. Well, he's been so busy healing folks and fighting demons, I guess nobody tried to tell him that I got good news. Yes, I got good news. There's a way, there's a freedom, a life and a truth, and it's got nothing to do with you. Have I got good news? Yes, I got good news. Don't you see I'm living? Yeah, I don't need forgiving, and I don't need to be made new. I met Christ serving dinner last night and said, what are you doing now? Said it's almost time to make all things right, but first I wanted to show you how. He pulled me a glass and said the old would pass because of all of the blood he'd shed. Oh well, I took one sip, it barely touched my lips. I said, I'll take the old stuff instead. Now that I got good news, yes, I got good news. There's a way, there's a freedom, a life, and a truth, and it's got nothing to do with you. Have I got good news? Have I got good news? Don't you see I'm living? Yeah, my grace is sufficient, and I won't need a drop from you. I can wash my own feet, I can take my own heat, I can pick up the tab and I can keep the receipt. So you don't need to cry, wipe the blood from your eyes and take the weekend off because you won't need to die. Well, I met Christ hanging on a cross, and I said, hey, what are you doing there? Well, I thought I told you I had you covered. Is there something you'd like to share? He said he had good news. He said he was good news. Yeah, his grace can't be bought, but his love can't be stopped, and there was nothing that I could do. Isn't that good news? Hey, isn't that good news? So he will carry your wounds, and he will borrow your tunes, and if you wait a few days, he's gonna be back soon. Oh, we finished the work I've been trying to do, and that is good news.
That was groovy. I was like, wow. Honestly, great chops. So I'm going to play a song I wrote called Dream Chasers. But I could use the people here, all of you lovely, wonderful, beautiful looking people in the crowd. Do you guys feel like singing the chorus with me? That's like 5 people. Let's go. We'll be loud enough to like encourage everyone else. So you only need to know 3 words total to sing this chorus with me. So everybody say the words dream chasers. And then everybody say dream makers. Okay, that is all you need to remember. I'm going to sing it one time, and then after I sing it through, feel free to join me, and then I'll start the song. But this is a song about, I feel like at these things, it's easy to be like, okay, these people are great. I know nothing about you. So this song is a little bit of an introduction to, like, what my life was like growing up, what my family is like. Yeah. So this is how the chorus goes. Dream chasers, and there's dream makers. We were dream makers. In this section, you won't sing anything because I'll be going like ba ba da ba da ba da do ba ba, and then we go back to dream chasers. 3. We were dream chasers. All right, let's sing it together. Here we go. We were dream chasers. Yeah. Dream makers, we were dream makers. In this section, you won't say anything because I'll be singing you some sentimental lyrics. And then we go back to the top, dream chasers, here we go. We were dream chasers. You guys sound so good, here we go. Newspaper out on the counter, cutting out coupons before we went shopping. Candy was gold and Legos were a luxury. Daddy made sure we did homework. Mama made dinner, rice with the liver. Didn't even care, thought this is where I'll always be. And this is who we'd always be. We were dream chasers, fighting all odds, working so hard. Dream makers, in the morning pick up right where we left off. I remember thinking we were kings then. Really, we were trying to keep living. We were dream chasers. You guys sound really good. Tears at the dinner table, 'cause I couldn't understand what my classmates were saying, but my eyes and my skin and the way that my parents talk. But then Sunday morning singing to Jesus, we lifted prayers so loud, almost tore that roof down, singing joy, go gone, until I forgot, oh, we had to be strong. We were dream chasers, fighting all odds, working so hard, dream makers. In the morning pick up right where we left off. I remember thinking we were kings then. Really, we were trying to keep living. We were dream chasers. Na na na, yeah, na 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 na. Some nights when I'm walking, I wonder if there's somewhere I fit, or if I should give in to the voices in my head saying I will never be enough. But then I close my eyes and I see them, how they traveled so far. I guess it's who we are, the ones who keep going when all you want to do is give up. Let me hear you. We are dream chasers, fighting all odds, working so hard, dream makers. In the morning pick up right where we left off. We look back and remember the times when we kept on when the sun had stopped shining. We are dream chasers, na na na, yeah, na na na. We are dream chasers, na 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 na. We are dream chaser, yeah. We are dream chaser.
I moved to Nashville about a year ago, and this is still so weird to me that this is a thing people do, just casually. So honored to be around such awesome people. I'm gonna try a song I've never sang out before. Is that okay? Okay, I'm gonna put my bravery pants on. Is that a thing? That's not a thing. Bravery pants. Okay, so I've been trying to figure out a way to explain this song, but this is the first time, so I haven't been trying that long. So, pretty much. Thanks, Phillip. It's about me being hard on myself. I'm an Enneagram 3, and anyone else an Enneagram 3 in here? Wow. All right, I'm gonna sing a different song. But anyways, you're gonna know the deepest part of me right off the bat. I like to scare people away first. So yeah, it's about reminding myself that I'm good enough, and I've been given these really wonderful gifts, and it's actually makes people happy for me to bring them to the table, and this is pretty much a song of me talking to myself like, hey, cool it. You don't need to be so harsh on yourself. So, yeah, it's called I'm Good at the Things I Do. I am not the willow at the park you grew up next to. Every time the shadow on the sidewalk beneath your feet. I will not lie down just so you can step all over me. I am good at the things I do. I am good at the things I do. I don't need you to believe it for it to be true. I am good at the things I do. I am a waterfall crashing into the sand. Softer on the outside, but stronger than you think I am. I am good at the things I do. I am good at the things I do. No, I don't need to believe it for it to be true. I am good at the things I do.
That was nice. That was great. First time. It worked out. It did. I felt like you knew how that ended. I don't know how this one ends. This one is goes out to a very special friend. His name's Dewey Boyd. We've known each other through voice and until tonight. And he asked about this song that I've never recorded because I don't know what to do with it. But I'd already been thinking about this song because I went back and read one of my favorite books from middle school, The Martian Chronicles. And I finished it last week again. And when I wrote this song, I was thinking about it. But it also, the line was kind of a bit of happenstance that turned into a different kind of story because the first line I heard a 4-year-old say at a bus stop. It's called I Heard Loretta Moved to China. I heard Loretta moved to China. Tell me, is that true? Did she pack up all her cigarettes and her boyfriend too? I saw her running down the block against the Victory Parade. I heard Loretta moved to China and joined Chairman Mao's brigade. I got a letter from Loretta, postmarked 2022. It was written on a napkin, all the ink bleeding through. I felt like I was in a movie, and every seventh word was clear. It read, Loretta moved to China, and the Reds would soon be here. Oh, I gotta remember the next line. As I was waiting. Nope. Oh, good Lord. Although China passing. I wonder where I'll find Loretta as I'm waiting for a train. Is she hiding in the mountains or on the run from Xi Jinping? Is she blowing up a restaurant or a Korean water slide? I wonder where I'll find Loretta. She's never very hard to find. Na, 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 na. I was looking out the window, all of China passing by. I was startled by a memory. I heard a baby start to cry. There was a time when young Loretta, just 13 and feeling mad, with her sister in the backseat, she crashed her car and blamed her dad. Just then somebody changed the station, a corduroy patched elbow suit. Well, he wasn't even listening, he's just addicted to the news. And though the face upon the TV spoke words I did not understand, pictures in the corner showed the fruit of Loretta's hand. I heard Loretta moved to China, and now I know it's true. It's written in the fabric that's scattered all across the news. From the giant mushroom clouds and all the rockets writing letters across the blue. They say Loretta moved to China to spell the end of me and you.
Joseph, I didn't think I was going to hear anything about Korean water slides, but you did that. This has been so much fun. Are y'all guys having a good time? I am too. I'm so stoked to be here tonight. The Rabbit Room has meant a lot to me. I moved here also, like Addison, I moved here last year. I'm from Texas. Do we have any Texans in the room? Perfect. We'll all talk afterwards. Texas is wonderful. But I knew that the Rabbit Room was something that I wanted to be a part of. When I first moved here, I'd gone to Hutchmoot 2019, and it was there that I realized that there was a community of people that like self-identified as something other than their profession, and it was amazing. Like I would come in and I'm a nurse, but I would walk up to people and ask people what they did, and they would say, "Oh well, I'm a gardener," or like, you know, "I'm a chef," or "I'm a songwriter," "I'm a poet," and so it was just amazing to see people and really become comfortable in my own skin of being able to say, I write songs, and this is what I love to do, and so this has been a sanctuary for the last 12 months, and Lord willing longer, to be here and to be at the local show. wanted to share a song with y'all. It was one of the first songs that I really finished, that I was like, this is what I love to do. Like, I love writing songs about my faith. So this one came from several passages, but it comes from that one in Corinthians mostly that says that Jesus became sin so that we might become the righteousness of God. It says he became sin who knew no sin so that we might become the righteousness of God. And as a church kid, it's really easy for me to like be comfortable describing myself as like a sinner or depraved or like any of these like words that sometimes the Bible uses to describe people before encountering Jesus. But man, it's hard for me to read the words that say I could be the righteousness of God. And I think it's equally challenging for me to also read that Jesus, the Son of God, became sin. Like, he became a criminal. And so that really confounded me and kind of set my head spinning, and so I wrote a song about it, and the song is called Darling.
Darling of heaven, scum of the earth, you became my blessing, you became my curse. It's hard to believe, but I don't know which is worse, that you'd become the last, or I'd become the first. I don't know what is harder to believe, that you died or you love me. I don't know what is harder to believe. Oh yeah. Yes. King of the angels, slave in the dirt. You became my cancer, you became my hurt. Scratching my head 'cause I don't know which is right. That I'm the holy priest, you're the sacrifice. I don't know what is harder to believe, that you died or you love me. I don't know what is harder to believe. I don't know what is harder to take in, that I am new in the midst of my sin, or that you died for each one of them. Oh yeah. There's a tension in the air, I feel it, I feel it, I feel it. Just like a song stuck in my head, I hear it again and again. I don't know what is harder to believe, that you died or you love me. I don't know what is harder to believe. Lord of the world and the love of my life, I became your vessel, I became your wife. And that's hard to imagine, it's hard to imagine, it's hard to imagine. Thank you.
So good, right? So good. All right, so here's what's about to happen. We are going to take a short 10-ish minute intermission. Folks that are watching at home, we'll be back in a little bit. Rachel, are you here? Where is Rachel Mader? You want to turn the light? Yeah, let's make some noise for Rachel Mader. Rachel is lovingly...
Hey, welcome back for Act 2. Oh, sorry, that's the theater guy in me speaking. Welcome back for the post-intermission show. What do you call this? I don't even know. Hey, I'm Pete Peterson. For the last 7 years, I have been the executive director of the Rabbit Room, and I actually just stepped down from that position on Friday. I did not step away from the Rabbit Room. I'm still doing some awesome stuff that I'm really excited about. But I want to introduce you guys to somebody real quick, and that is my replacement. We should be enemies, but we're not. I've known Dave Bruno for over a decade now. He's been coming to Hutchmood and to Rabbit Room stuff for as long as I can remember. Oh my gosh, oh no.
This is like something, we both hate hugging. Yeah, so.
Yeah, we're both 8s on the Enneagram with it, which means I think we both can't stand affection.
The only people we like less are 3s, and they're bravery fans.
That's right. So I'm really happy to welcome Dave Bruno as our new executive director, and can't wait to see where he's going to take the organization over the next 7 or 8 years, I hope. So you guys give him a big hand and pray for him. Do you want to say anything, Dave?
I'm not sure. I do need my pull up my bravery trousers here. First time in front of a mic as the executive director of the Rabbit Room. And I do want to say something profound, but I'm not sure what it would be, except to say thank you. I was thinking about this. Everybody in this room, those that are performing, those that are listening, have in some sense responded to a call, the Spirit, that brings us together for something like this that is pretty unique in our kind of lonely world. I feel like I don't want to, in case somebody's watching this, so I'd walk around Radnor regularly and sometimes interact with this really great guy who's lonely in the world. And this is a good example of unity and responding to what Christ has called us all to. So in some sense, thank you all for what you have created in the Rabbit Room, because we're making good things, but it's only good because of what happens here with you all. So that's, I guess, what I'd like to say, but I'm really excited and grateful. Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you. Is there anybody here tonight that maybe this is your first encounter with the Rabbit Room, or you don't know what we're talking about when we say that weird thing? Anybody? Well, there's a hand. Okay, so I'm going to give my quick pitch. The Rabbit Room, we are an organization that cultivates and curates stories, music, and art to nourish Christ-centered community for the life of the world. And essentially what we believe is that when you create something beautiful, people gather around it, and the result of that gathering is hopefully community. And I think tonight's creativity is a great example of that. The folks that are up here on the stage are in the process of creation, and you guys have come together around and celebrate that and hopefully make some friends while you're here. And we think that is good for the church, it's good for your heart, and it's good for the world. So thank you guys for being here tonight. And I do want to give a few thanks, especially to Ronald Blue Trust, who is our sponsor for the show. We wouldn't be able to offer this in quite the same way without their help, so thank you to them. And then all the folks that are involved in making it happen. So we had Jenna and Joshua out helping people park. We've got Dewey behind the soundboard. We've got Garrett behind the video live stream board. We've got Rachel and Caitlin running hospitality. We got Brandon producing the whole thing and scheduling all the bookings. Did I miss anybody? I think I covered everybody. Yes, I did it. Okay. So then the last thing that I want to say is part of my stepping down from the executive directorship is I'm going to focus on Rabbit Room Press and Rabbit Room Theater. And this is a really big week in the theater. For the last 5 years in my life, I've been working on this story called The Hiding Place, which premiered on stage down in Houston several years ago. Last year it was here in Nashville on stage, and we made a movie of it, and it is all over the country in cinemas nationwide Thursday and Saturday for 2 showings only. So if you like the kind of stuff that the Rabbit Room puts out, really encourage you to tell all your friends, go to the movie. We're really proud of it, and we would love to keep doing this kind of stuff on that scale. But we have to demonstrate that this is what you guys want. So if it's the kind of thing you want, please support it. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So I don't see any singer-songwriters, and I'm not going to start singing. So Phillip and the rest of your crew, you want to come on up? Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, I'm over here. I was over there, now I'm over here. I just noticed this bench squeaks quite a bit. I'm going to try not to move so much. I would like to play a song I've never played live for you guys. Yeah, you haven't heard it yet. It could be tough to listen to. Well, it's kind of a downer. Prepare yourself for that. I wrote this. It's called Talk to You. I really like an artist named Randy Newman. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's like, you got a friend in me. He sounds like he ate frogs before he sang. Anyways, I love his writing, and I feel like when I write songs, I have a catalog of like great artists that I've digested the music of that I just like. When I start an idea, when I have a concept, I'm like, okay, I think like Randy would do this, and how do I do it? It's a lot to live up to because he's great, but it's a song about wishing you could talk to somebody that you don't talk to anymore for whatever reason that you need to insert. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. It could be about the weather, how the Lakers look this year. It could be another lecture on insurance or careers. It really wouldn't matter what you'd say, because the truth is that I just want to talk to you. You could fill in all the details from my memories as a kid. We could argue about politics till we're both out of breath. Oh, the subject's unimportant. What it really comes down to is that I just want to talk to you. There's so much going on that you don't see. So many things have changed that you don't know. Sometimes I wish that you were here with me, but you're at home. Will I trade in all my lyrics, books that I have read, the sermons that I've listened to, the poems I forget? I'd give up all the words for a Sunday afternoon to sit a while and talk to you. I just wish that I could talk to you.
All right, I have a throat lozenge in, and I just need you to know that because you might see it in my mouth. It's such a pungent one, you can probably smell it. This is a song I wrote. It's called My Kitchen Floor, and it's on an album I released a couple years ago. And I wrote it sitting on my kitchen floor and thinking about all the songs I had written for that album I was going to be recording, and realized that pretty much all of them had been written on that kitchen floor late at night once my family was asleep, all my siblings were asleep, and it was like a peaceful, quiet house, and we have pretty good reverb in, is that what it's called? Reverb? Yeah, reverb in our kitchen. And so I thought the floor needed some, needed a dedication or something. So it's called My Kitchen Floor. My kitchen floor has seen a lot. Every tear I've cried, every dirty sock. All my secrets nobody knows. Every muddy paw and broken dish has touched this floor like it's made for it. Every open door and every door that was closed, it already knows. Oh, it's seen sunshine and rain through the window, darkness and pain and sorrow, and every prayer for a better tomorrow. Oh, it's seen a love that was strong and steady, heartbreak that wasn't ready, and talks till 4 a.m. on the phone. Oh, so if you got questions, the kitchen floor knows. My mama is a hummingbird. She picks up toys and sweeps the dirt. I rarely ever see her sit down. And the baby runs back and forth, taught the tiles what they're made for. And the mat beside the sink is holy ground, and I know that now. Oh, it's seen sunshine and rain through the window, darkness and pain and sorrow, and every prayer for a better tomorrow. Oh, it's seen a love that was strong and steady, heartbreak that wasn't ready, and talks till 4 a.m. on the phone. Oh, so if you got questions, the kitchen floor knows. It's heard every song I write, every melody I hum, kept me company at night when sleep just wouldn't come. Oh, it's seen sunshine and rain through the window, darkness and shame and sorrow, and every prayer for a better tomorrow. Oh, it's seen a love that was strong and steady, heartbreak that wasn't ready, and talks till 4 a.m. on the phone. Oh, so if you got questions, the kitchen floor knows. So if you've got questions, the kitchen floor knows.
Hello again. I really hope it's in tune this time. I always wonder if I should talk about. It is in tune. What a song's about. Gosh, I've never played this one live, so I don't know the words. I've got a book down here, but I'm not sure I can read it. I really hope. Anyways, it came from a book. I was reading a book by James Carse. He's this philosopher who writes about the games we play, finite and infinite games, and I was just thinking about life and people, and I've been thinking about this book a lot, and wrote some verses and then forgot I wrote the verses, and then a year later, looking back, I was rereading a book again. You kidding me? And I, came back and the song came together. It's called, I don't know what it's called. I didn't write it in my book, so I'll tell you later. Lost in the ferment, alone there's a hermit, looking for lonelier losers than him. Hope turned obsession, hoping to feel lost with others like him. Dancing for cheer wine, for holier good times. A grandmother aching to ride once again. You live once a lifetime, why can't she just rhyme? The joy and the anger, and ride once again. There's no use in crying, life is just a game. Sometimes you're flying, sometimes in flames, but you'd better get used to the loser inside. You don't need to hide, 'cause only winners can lose this game. Airport security, why can't there be surety for broken guitars and hearts hidden in broken down bodies, bomb sniffing Raleighs, assault rifles hanging, large bottles and bins. There's no use in crying, life is just a game. Sometimes you're flying, sometimes in flames, but you'd better get used to the loser inside. You don't need to hide, 'cause only winners can lose this game. There's no use in crying, life is just a game. Sometimes you're flying, sometimes in flames, but you'd better get used to the loser inside. You don't need to hide, 'cause only winners can lose this game.
This has been so special. Hello again. This next song, well, I was going to start by saying I was in St. Louis a couple weekends ago with a friend of mine, and I was getting to play a show at a church conference, and it was so much fun. But the pastor used the term Buicks to describe people. Has anybody heard that before? No? Oh my gosh, I'm about to rock your world. Just kidding. Buicks are brought up in church kids. Isn't that the most pastoral joke? But I was like, oh my goodness, I'm a Buick. And maybe you are too. I'm a little rusty, but I still am. So being a church kid, I grew up in the church, and it's a funny place to grow up, I think, but a beautiful place too. I think that I have just such a positive experience because, you know, you're growing up around the things of God and the people of God, and so you just can't help but, I think, just be blessed by that. But I think if we're honest with ourselves, if you yourself are a self-identified Buick, then you can say, it's hard sometimes. Eugene Peterson has a book, and it's called The Long Obedience in the Same Direction. And, like, I remember reading that, and I ended up reading the whole book, too. I didn't just read the title, but, like, you read that, and you're like, that is really how it is sometimes. Like, I feel like every day with the Lord, it's, like, so beautiful, but, man, the longer it gets, the longer I'm like, man, is it going to take all my life? And I think the answer is yes, and longer. But we see hardship, and we see, you know, it's easy to feel callous sometimes, or to see valleys or storms or heartache, and it's easy to lose that childlikeness that Jesus values so much in our faith. I'm encouraged by the Psalm 51. It's a prayer that says, "Restore to me, O Lord, the joy of my salvation." And I was thinking about it the other day, just thinking, wow, like I believe that God inspired those words, that those are words that are written as a prayer, but that the Lord inspired those words to tell me and to tell us, hey, I can handle your doubts, I can handle hard questions, I can handle years of fallowed ground. I want to restore this joy. I don't want to make you childlike again. I want to refurbish you, you Buick. I want to make you born again. So this song is called Born Again. You've got that look in your eyes, like you just got saved, like you've just been born again. You've got that shine in your face, like you've just been saved, like you've just been born again. You've got that look in your eyes, like you've seen a ghost, like you've just been born again. You've got that shine in your face, like you've just been saved, like you've just been born again. Like you've just been born again. You swore you never saw it coming. Nobody ever truly does. But when the spirit starts to moving, everything else has gotta stop. You didn't know where you were heading. You didn't know that you were lost. It's like 1 second you were hell-bent, and then the next one you were not. You felt that spirit of revival. You felt that Pentecostal fire burning away at your desires till he's all that you want. And suddenly the heavens appear, and you can't understand, you don't comprehend. Now all your life was looking at things through a mirror, but you're seeing them now. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da. Somebody said that you'd been drinking. Somebody said you had too much, but you said you tasted and you see now. Oh, you can never get enough. Oh, now all the shackles have been broken. Now all the chains are sliding off. Now hear you singing like the angels. La 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 la. And suddenly the heavens appear, and you can't understand, you don't comprehend. Now all your life was looking at things through a mirror, but you're seeing them now. Oh, and suddenly the world disappears. It's a beautiful sound when scales hit the ground, like all your life was looking at things through a mirror, but you're seeing them now. What happens when the rush is over? When years go by and the thrill is gone? Mine eyes had seen the signs and wonders, but now the wonder's wearing off. It's like my head's been filled with concrete, despite the marvel of your love. God, let this fallow ground be broken. Restore the joy I think I've lost. Till I've got that look in my eyes, like I've just been saved, like I've just been born again. It's my prayer. I want the shine in my face, like I've just been saved, like I've just been born again. I want the look in my eyes, like I've seen your ghost, like I've just been born again. I want the shine in my face, like I've just been saved, like I've just been born again, like I've just been born again, like I've just been born again.
I feel like every time I hear you play, I come up and I'm like, man, I should play more powerfully. Like, I'm like, oh, good stuff, man. Well, this is my last song. If you guys don't remember or know my name, which why would you? It's Phillip Vo, Phillip with 2 L's, V-O. I'm working on a record right now, an album that I'm self-recording. Thanks. It is tough, man. But this is like kind of, I feel like the centerpiece of this album. It's a song called Up, and it's about hope, which I don't know if anybody else in here relates, but like I have a very complicated relationship with hope. A lot of my songs are positive, but like I am a very pessimistic person. I struggle to think things will go right. And there was a time in my life where legitimately like I thought everything was going to go wrong, and it felt like it did. And I remember asking like a mentor of mine, like, man, when is anything going to change? This feels like it's going to be like this forever. And then I started getting help. A few months went by, and I looked up at my life, and I was like, things did change. What happened? And I originally wrote it like as a love letter to my best friends in town, but I quickly realized like I want to record this. So yeah, this is called Up. This first part will surprise you, probably. I didn't write the first part. I've been reading a little, been learning how to meet myself in the middle. Been playing soccer on Thursdays, and I shortened my workday an hour or two. And I've been scheduling hangs with Sam and Bryson, board games till we're brain dead. I'm learning to let go more than a little, enjoying the view. Started living, and now I'm feeling alive, like I'm being myself for the first time. Things are looking up, things are looking up. After all of the time that I spent feeling down in the dumps, looking forward to my days in a million ways. Yeah, my life's looking different, don't think that I want it to change. 'Cause things are looking up, up, up. Na, 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 yeah. Up, up, up. I've been booking appointments, calling friends to check and see how they're doing. Been letting my tears flow, laughing like I don't care who can hear. And I've been seeing the beauty in all the little things that I have been missing. like a head on my shoulder. I'm getting closer to feeling like me, and I'm looking up. Things are looking up, yeah, yeah. After all of the time that I spent feeling down in the dumps, looking forward to my days in a million ways. Oh, oh. And my life's looking different, don't think that I want it to change. Things are looking up, up, up. Na 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 na, yeah. Up, up, up. Some days were so dark, I stopped believing light would come. But deep in my heart, joy was growing strong, and things are looking up.
Man, this is such a treat, you guys. I'm realizing I should have ordered my songs different because this is the saddest song, and that was just the greatest up ever. I have no other option. This is my plan, and I'm gonna stick to it. So. Also, my roommates came to another round I played, and they wanted me to play this song, and I didn't. So this is for you guys. My body aches. Feel it in my chest. Can I have a little less guitar, please? When I'm awake and through the night in my rest, and I miss you all over, and everything in me just wants to call you home, but I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. I won't. I won't. 'Cause you had to go. Yeah. Before I wake
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know, I know, I know. And I wish you would come home, but you won't. Thank you.
I've got to finish a story for Mike, who earlier in the evening I told poor Nick he can't sit there because I forgot that Mike, shout out, is not up here with us. But we just met tonight and I got your back. Anyways, sorry, Nick. I was telling him this story that really doesn't have anything to do with this song, but it does because I was playing it when it happened, and we were talking about like rounds and well, how's that? That's so weird that happens here. And I was telling everybody, you know, my first round was at Puckett's in Leapers Fork when we moved here, and it was really late by the time this song came to do this song. And there was this guy who's like probably in his 80s, or he just like lived really hard, but yeah, a lot of mileage. The rumor was that he played like piano with Elvis. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. But we never got to, he just sort of introduced people, or he would just come stand on the stage while they were playing. And I started playing this song, which is just the same 4 chords over and over again. And so halfway through, he just decides to get up. And for like the whole rest of the song, played the wrong 4 chords over and over again. And so anyways, I hope he's not here tonight. And if you are, let's chat after. Don't come up and play along. This is called Cultivating Crime.
There's a place in my mind for cultivating crime, where the ghost of my past don't seem so far behind. Though I am a young man appearing gentle and kind, there's a place in my mind for cultivating crime. Amarillo Cindy was a sight to behold. Her faults were often pretty, but her hate was always cold. Her charms, they were aplenty, but evil was her road. She turned tricks and stole for money, and she dragged me down a hole. She said, "Do you love me?" I said, "I don't know." "Well, you know that I'm leaving, though I got nowhere to go. I'm all you ever wanted, and I'm opening the door." And so I threw her out the window, and Cindy was no more. There's a place in my mind for cultivating crime, where the ghost of my past don't leave nowhere behind. Though I am a young man appearing gentle and kind, there's a place in my mind for cultivating crime. Heading down the highway without a nickel to my name. Desperate men do desperate things, though I know I am to blame. I went from a decent man to an outlaw on the run, and Cindy's there to greet me at every passing sun. Now I'm stuck in Huntsville, no more to see the sky. My hands are chained and bound, my sentence is to die. Although my life is over, I do not have a care. You see, cultivating crime is a curious affair. There's a place in my mind for cultivating crime, where the ghost of my past don't seem so far behind. Though I am a young man appearing gentle and kind, there's a place in my mind for cultivating crime.
I can't believe it's already over. There's one more. This has been so special, everybody. I've just been so honored, and man, I was so stoked, like, even to get to see the lineup, you guys, and to know that I was going to get to share the evening with y'all. This has been this has been so fun. And thank you, everybody, for coming and being here. I think one of the most generous gifts that you can give someone nowadays, especially nowadays, is your attention. So thank you for y'all's attention tonight and just for taking things seriously. Like, I think that's what a lot of creators, but I think just people in general just want is to have someone eye contact and a listening ear. I'm horrible at that. I'm not a detail-oriented person, and so a friend and I said I moved from Texas, and I went to Radnor Lake as well. Dave, you mentioned Radnor Lake. It's just beautiful. If you haven't been there yet, it's just got an amazing trail. A friend and I went. It was the first time I ever went, and it was pouring rain that day, but it was gorgeous. And we intentionally tried to look around for the invisible, for the things that were not just readily apparent. And we found so many things, like we saw a fallen tree and saw all of these mushrooms growing in it, and then we were noticing the leaves and how the water was like forming on them, and then we looked up and we saw the sun hitting the leaves from above, and just so many things that I otherwise, like, I wouldn't have noticed beforehand. And the next day I remember I went to Ellington, because I live right next to it, and I'll go there sometimes to just have some time with the Lord. And I was laying out that morning and had my quiet time, and I was laying in the grass, and I remember looking up and just thinking, God, it is so beautiful out here this morning. And it made me think of the verse that says that his mercies are new every morning. And and then I felt a prompting that, as if he was trying to say, Nicholas, this morning was going to be beautiful, whether you slept in, whether you didn't feel like getting up, whether you just had the hardest night of your life, this morning was going to be beautiful, because my goodness is that consistent, if you'll just open your eyes and see it. And so I wrote this song, but it's been so special getting to be with y'all tonight. This has been so fun. This song is called Notice. Let me play it correctly. Well, I'm pretty sure the sun's been setting every night this week, but there's something about the way it's setting now. Have there always been this many colors blending perfectly? Did it do the same thing last night? Do you know? And I'm pretty sure the stars will always burn relentlessly, even when the light is hidden behind the clouds. So the grace of God may not always be obvious to see, but it's always gonna be there anyhow. Your goodness is your goodness, even if I fail to notice. And your mercy streams like a morning through my blinds. Your goodness is your goodness, even if I lose my focus. You rejoice and sing over me, and if I lean close enough, I'll hear it. Maybe every answered prayer was once a seed beneath my feet. Even all the ones that I forgot I prayed. Well, now many answered prayers are here parading around me. Wasn't watching, still you came through anyway. Your goodness is your goodness, even if I fail to notice. And your mercy streams like a morning through my blinds. Your goodness is your goodness, even if I lose my focus. You'll rejoice and sing over me, and if I lean close enough, I'll hear it. Oh, you've been working with me all this time. Oh, you're telling me it'll be alright. Today, tonight, tomorrow. When the valley of the shadow and the shadow of your wings and the shadow of a cross all look the same. When my earthly eyes can't find you in the pain that life may bring, give me faith to trust your goodness hasn't changed. And your mercy bleeds like a morning through my blinds. Oh, your goodness is your goodness, even if I lose my focus. You'll rejoice and sing over me, and if I lean close enough, I'll hear it. So rejoice and sing over me, and pull me in close enough to hear it. Yeah. Thank you.
Y'all give it up one more time. Phillip, Addison, Agen, Joseph Bradshaw, Nick Schrader. All right, a couple of quick housekeeping things. Thank you to all of you guys for coming this evening. Thanks to everyone who's tuning in live. If you folks in the room didn't know, this was also on the internets, and it was so there's lots of people that are also watching. Thanks for tuning in. We are going to be back here in a month, so you can mark your calendars. First Tuesday of September, I think it's September 5th, and we have a great lineup. We have Brooke Wagner, Thomas Austin, Becca Jordan, and Jeremy Casella. So it should be another rad show. Tickets for that show go on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., I think. Just watch the Rabbit Room socials on Instagram and Facebook for the link to buy that. Those tickets do go pretty quickly, so if it's something that you want to physically be here for, I would plan on getting those quickly. And if not, we are going to be live streaming again next month. So tune into that. And then follow these guys on social media and all those sorts of things. Buy their merch. Stream their albums. Speaking of merch, is there merch here? Who brought merch? Somebody brought merch. Did you bring some? Addison, tell the fine folks here what you brought. Did you bring things?
I brought music.
She brought music. Go buy all of her music. Okay, great. The other last bit of shopkeeping that I'll give for you guys here in the room is we have to kind of like pick up all these chairs and move around a bunch of furniture to reset the room. So here's what we'll do in a second. When we dismiss, we'll all get up, grab some scones, grab some water, and then go enjoy those things outside on this lovely back deck. This is one of the few nights in Nashville that's not blazing hot. Thank the Lord. So grab your stuff and then please go outside. Thanks, guys. One more big hand for these artists. Thanks, y'all. See you next month.